Welcome back to the I Don't Know But podcast with your host, Angel.
And Imani.
Presented to you by our Heavenly Father, a.k.a. the Big G.O.D. Hi, Mommy.
Hey, Angel.
Mom.
I'm so used to calling you by your nickname, but we're going to keep it.
Yeah.
We're going to keep it
no
strictly
nickname.
governmental
Y'all don't need to know my nickname.
on the podcast.
I always feel like this thing is so much closer to you than it is me.
Well, it probably needs to be close to you because you have a soft voice.
I do.
And you have to speak up sometimes. So how was your day?
I mean, I slept for the first part of my day.
I slept for the first part of my day, too.
I woke up at 9, went back to sleep. I don't know, I was just tired. I woke up at 11, I think. And then, I came in here. Well, I came in here, but you were asleep. So then I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm just going to go eat breakfast. And I ate breakfast. And then by 1, you were up or something.
Yeah.
And then I was watching Pretty in Pink, and that's when I started that. And then we just finished it. So.
Yeah, I woke up relatively early this morning, and I was watching some things on television. And you know what I said? I didn't really get sleep the day before, and then we was kind of up late last night recording for our Bible series podcast. And I said, I need to go and take a little nappy nap. And I'm glad I did, because I feel much better. I was tired. I was real tired. But anyway, we up now. We just finished eating. We finished our step class. Mm-hmm. And, it's growing. I'm glad that
more people are coming, yeah.
Instructor is, seeing the fruits of her labor. And more people are joining us and learning how to step and vibe to the music. That's fun.
The community's growing.
It's growing. Life is all about growth.
Okay.
It's all about growth. So, speaking of step, our instructor she asked us if we wanted to join a 30-day challenge where we give up something that would benefit our health for 30 days. And as always, everybody knows my drug of choice.
Oh my goodness.
Is sweets, aka chocolate. And so I decided to give up sweets for 30 days, processed sweets. So of course, fruits are okay. And then what I do also is anything less than 5 grams of sugar in it, I'm able to eat. So bread, I think the bread we purchased had 2
grams.
2 grams of sugar. Ketchup has 4 grams of sugar.
No, I haven't even used ketchup yet.
I haven't either.
But that's because all the stuff that we got, it was just quick and easy.
Right.
Not fries. We didn't get fries or anything.
Right. No, we didn't get any fries. Try to maybe even stay away from the fried foods a little bit more too. But I feel like now that I'm not eating the sweets, I'm not as hungry as I was when I was eating the sweets. I feel like when I was eating the sweets, I had to eat all the time.
For me, it's total opposite.
Right.
I eat more now that I'm not eating sweets.
So you're accommodating for what you're missing.
Yes, pretty much.
I don't know. Maybe it's something in my brain that's you have to eat a little more healthy. This is a 30-day period of eating healthy.
I actually want fruit right now. I want
fruit?
Yeah.
The fruit cups?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So fruit cups are okay if they are in natural juice, not sweetened juice that they add sugar to.
There's those.
They do, the regular ones. If it doesn't say 100% natural juice, then that's not the one you need to get. Anything natural sugar is okay. Applesauce is okay as long as it's unsweetened.
Disgusting. And that's why I didn't get any. Did you get some?
I did. I got the unsweetened one. But I like it. I like apples, though.
I like apples, but not applesauce that's not sweet.
Well, it's sweet. It's like an apple. It's just natural like an apple. Just no added sugar.
Maybe it's the texture. I don't know. It just doesn't...
It's the same texture.
No, but like
it
it
just
tastes
there's no
different.
sugar added.
It tastes different, and I just don't like it like that.
Well,
but I love apples, and I love apple juice. So
yeah, I didn't get any juice though.
And
then
never
we got
really drink juice.
mandarins.
Oh yeah, mandarins.
Those are really good too. The little small ones. They're easy to peel.
Yep.
And they have like a bitter taste, but then you can kind of taste the
I
sugar
feel like
too.
the longer you like wait to eat them, then they get more sweet.
You mean as far as like sitting in the refrigerator for a while? I think they're good.
Bitter?
I mean, I just think that they're good. Like they're easy to peel. They're easy to eat. I like them.
Did you get indigestion?
I do. I feel like every time I do the podcast, I get indigestion. I don't know why. It's very
It's your nerves.
weird.
That's what you tell me all the time when I'm
No.
fidgeting.
I think at this point I'm not even really nervous anymore. At first I kind of was, but
I'm only nervous when the spotlight is on me and I have to talk. Like, it's not a conversation going back and forth. It's like, oh, you need my opinion on something? Then I'm like, I don't know what to say.
yeah,
It's like my
kind of put
mind
you on the
goes
spot.
blanks. My mind goes blank.
Yeah.
Blanks. What? Okay.
Yeah, I put you on the spot. So,
Yeah.
but that's okay. You'll get used to it.
I'm not used to being put on the spot.
But I think natural conversation does ask questions.
I know.
You know.
Stop. Every time I say that.
That's one of her favorite things. And I don't know.
It's just because, like, I have to add to the conversation. Like, I don't want to just sit here in silence while you're speaking. It's just like, oh, like, you're not even listening to me. I don't want you to ever feel like I'm not listening. So I have to, like, agree and, like, you know?
That's sweet, I guess. So let's add to the conversation. Because sometimes I do, like, when I'm listening back while I'm walking, I tend to listen to the podcast. And I feel like I do kind of speak a lot.
What do you mean add to the conversation? I don't know what to say.
So now, I find you interesting when you do talk. So
Me?
yes, you.
Why? I don't say nothing.
No, I think you have some good input when you actually do speak.
Well, that's if we're talking about something interesting.
Well, let's talk about something interesting.
Okay, well, let's talk about Jada and Will.
Okay.
What did you find out today?
So, the news outlets have been speaking about Jada's interview, I think on the Today Show it was. And apparently she has a new book coming out.
Called?
I have no idea.
She
That
hasn't-
wasn't the emphasis of the interview that she had. The emphasis of the interview, it's like a tongue twister, that they spoke about was the fact that her and Will have been separated since 2016. However, she can't...
2016 or 2017?
2016.
Oh.
But she can't find the nerve to actually get a divorce.
Why?
Which is very interesting because she never really wanted to get married. So you would think that it would be easy for her to get a divorce.
Why wouldn't she want to get a divorce? Her children are grown. Like, it's not like they're kids, you know? So it's like...
I think some people actually truly, when they commit to something, whether it's good or bad, they have a very difficult time breaking that commitment.
But y'all literally are separated. They've been separated for a very long time.
Well, 7 years.
So
I remember there were rumors, I think it was even before 2016, that they had an open marriage.
oh yeah, with the August.
No, this was way before the August Alsina incident. This was like years ago. Because I think they got married in 2000, if I'm not mistaken. This had to be like, I don't know, 2010 or something. There was a rumor stating that they had an open marriage. And of course, no one understood why. And, that was, I think it's more open now, more trendy. But back then it was kind of taboo to have an open marriage. Like, people cared about marriages back then. I don't think people really care too much now about marriage. But
That's so sad.
yeah, it is.
I
But
still care about marriage, though.
I think there's some people out there that do care about marriage, but social media portrays broken marriages more than committed ones. So she had an interview and she was talking about how they've been separated since 2016. The 7 years.
So you telling me all the memes about Will Smith is just for nothing?
Apparently, the whole August situation, which we knew because they spoke of that at the Red Table, it still made it seem like she was sidestepping with him when it was clear that... And August did say, like, he talked to Will about it. Will was okay about it, you know, but I don't know. I think sometimes we as fans or spectators, we put our interest in stuff that has nothing to do with us, and we should just mind our business. And, you know, but what would this world be without gossip and drama? Drama sells, drama holds interest, drama brings people in and pulls people in. That's what it, you know, that's just what it is. But then what about that slap?
What?
The slap. Will slap.
Oh, yeah.
With Chris,
With Chris
Rock.
That was drama, too. I mean, like, what'd you say about him in the car?
So I was reading up on that, and apparently what had happened was back when, in 2016, when they decided to separate, there was a rumor, I guess, in the entertainment community, because I didn't really know anything about a legal separation, but there was a rumor that Jada was filing for divorce. And so Chris Rock got wind of the rumor and contacted Jada and said that, or asked her if he could take her out. Like, he was like, I heard you got a divorce. Can I take you out? And she kind of like downplayed the separation, and he was like, oh, my bad. Not in those words, but, and you know, he was like, oh, my bad. And apparently that smack was from that instance.
But weren't
7
they
years later, or 6, well, no, when did that happen? Earlier this year.
Were they separated?
They were separated.
So why was he so upset?
Will?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if Will wanted a separation.
Yeah, maybe not. Makes sense.
You know, Jada has been
in love
hooked.
with Tupac for
Yeah,
her
on
whole
Tupac.
life.
But it's funny because I feel like when Tupac was alive, she wasn't interested in Tupac. Or she made it seem like she wasn't interested in Tupac.
We all knew that they was having something. Like, it was something underlying. Even if they didn't say it out loud, like, something was there.
Yeah, he wrote us some beautiful poetry. They had history from going to high school together. They were on a different world.
Yep.
And that,
Piccolo.
you could, you know, yeah, Piccolo. For those who don't know, A Different World is a spinoff of The Cosby Show, where Denise went to Hillman College.
Then she left.
Which is where her parents went to, Bill and Claire Huxtable.
Cliff.
Lord, I'm sorry. Cliff and Claire Huxtable went to Hillman College, and Denise was the first child to go to their alma mater, and she was on that show for like 2 seasons, and she ended up getting pregnant by Lenny Kravitz, and they didn't feel as if that was ideal during those times to portray a college pregnancy.
Yep.
And so I don't know if they kicked off or she decided to leave the show, and they started to emphasize on Whitley
and
Dwayne instead of Denise and Dwayne, which I love that because I love them. That was like the epitome of love for me.
Yep. And Nathan and Haley.
Right. So after, well, Nathan and Haley's a totally different show.
But
you didn't throw that in.
Nathan and Haley, we just got to speak on them because.
But Different Worlds, after a few years, you know, they had to freshen up the show, and they brought in new characters, and Jada's character was one of
Dorian. She was with Dorian.
Right. I always forget her name on there though.
Lena.
Oh, Lena. That's right. Lena and
we
Dorian.
just looked this up. That's why I remember.
Right. So her name was Lena, and at first she had a crush on Dwayne, and Whitley was like, I'm not having it. And then she started dating Dorian, who was like a attractive basketball player. And
they make him seem so tall, but when he's in other shows,
I know, he's like,
I
think he's 6'1" now. He has a nice height.
I don't know. Sometimes, like in what's that one show? The Game. Was he in The Game?
Yeah.
he was just like, he just looked so small compared to when he was, but maybe he just.
But Jada's like 4'11" or 5 foot. She's really short.
I
She's
know,
not
but even compared
tall.
to people like Dwayne.
And Dwayne
like,
is only, well, Dwayne is 5'10", so he was a little taller than Dwayne.
How old is he? I mean, how tall is he?
I think he's 6'1".
For real?
I think Dwayne.
Because I think Google got it messed up. If you look him up, it don't say 6'1".
Oh, okay. But yeah, so in the midst of Lena and Dorian, her old neighborhood friend comes to visit, and it just so happens to be Tupac. I remember I watched that in live time, and that was so cool.
Must be nice
for him to be on the show. So Jada and Will have been separated since 2016. That's deep.
I'm sorry, I'm looking up his height.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
I see it says 5'10".
No, I think he's taller than 5'10", because even when he was on the Queen Latifah show, Living Single, he was taller than Queen Latifah, and Queen Latifah is about 5'9", 5'10".
We are living.
So,
oh, look how small he was. Okay, let me get off my phone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he started young. He was on his first show. I don't know if that was his first show, but he was on Amen too.
Oh yeah,
as a kid.
I remember that.
Yeah, there's a lot of great shows that they just don't make shows like that anymore.
I need them to put. If y'all listening, I'm gonna need y'all to put Who's the Boss on something that I can watch, so I can watch the show, because I've been looking for that show everywhere, and I know. I think it's like on some like weird TV like channel or like something like that.
It's something that we don't subscribe to, and I'm not paying for another subscription.
Yeah, you gotta
I
pay
promise
for
you,
it.
I have
Too
almost
many.
all.
But you don't even.
Between me and my kids, whatever they subscribe to and whatever I subscribe to.
Yeah.
We have a lot. You will be entertained forever.
I know, but I feel like they need to put more shows on like HBO Max or something.
You can always go to Tubi. They have a lot of shows on Tubi.
Tubi is just, I mean, yeah.
They
I mean,
have
at
a lot
least
of
it's
old
free.
school shows on Tubi.
But
a lot of
isn't
old
it
school.
free?
It is free. I don't know for how long though. The more we get wind of it, they might start charging. Might charge
No,
$1.99.
that's the whole point. Supposed to have TV show for free and movies, but some of their movies be a little bootleg.
Yeah, little raunchy, little hood.
Like, Mom.
So, what's some other current events?
Israel and war.
Yeah, so, I always do my social media, wake up in the morning, looks, and I read on Twitter that they're having I don't want to get this wrong, and I'm not promoting this, but I would like to warn the American people, or not even the American people, because we have some people listening from overseas. So
Who's your news source?
This is Rare Foundation USA, I think. Yeah, rarefoundation.com. So it says, warning, Hamas calls for Global Jihad Day on Friday, urging Muslims worldwide to mobilize against Israel. On October 10th, Hamas issued a statement designating the upcoming Friday, October 13th, 2023, as a day of general mobilization for the Al-Aqsa flood operations. In the statement, it urged Palestinians in the West Bank and within Israel to participate in large-scale rallies and confront Israeli soldiers at every opportunity. Extending its call to Palestinians, Arabs, Muslims, and advocates of freedom worldwide, Hamas exhorted them to dedicate this coming Friday as a day of unwavering support to expose the occupation and earn the honor of taking part in defending Al-Aqsa Mosque. So,
Can you put that in our words? Gen Z words.
Gen Z words. I mean, to me, that just basically sounds like a protest, but a protest at any means. So anything can happen from this protest. That's what it sounds like. Because when you hear rally, in American words, that's like protesting.
Okay.
So hopefully, prayerfully, it'll stay peaceful. And they'll just, I guess, get their point across without harming anyone.
I don't know.
But I would say, like, I was reading, people were urging people not to go out if they didn't have to, or fly, or take public transportation, or anything of that nature on Friday. But we know God protects us, so we're not going to be scared.
I'm not scared.
We're not going to be scared to live our
I
lives.
don't got no reason to be
Because
scared.
people want to be at war. I pray for all the people who are affected over there. I don't have a side, but I do pray for all the people who are affected over across the seas dealing with this. And prayerfully it won't hit any other areas in the world, because they want to make a point. So
That's so sad. A lot of people have died.
yeah, a lot of people died on both sides.
Yeah.
And it's unnecessary for both sides, especially the children, because they're innocent. They don't have any, dealings with this, unless they're just children who are the ones that are killing, because they do recruit children sometimes, and they don't know what they're doing. But they're impressionable, and sometimes they want to do grown-up things that they shouldn't. But that's just for those who have not heard that, because some people don't follow social media like I do. I'm always trying to look at the news events and see what's going on.
I don't know nothing that's going on in this world.
And be prepared.
I don't know how, because I stay on TikTok. But I guess I'm just not. I'm on like the natural hair side of TikTok, so.
Right. Yeah, I'm Twitter. See, I keep Twitter for news. Or shall I say X, because they changed the name.
I don't use Twitter.
Yeah. That's where I get my sports news or world news. I think they have the best information.
Or Facebook.
No, Facebook is just running ads now to me. It's just like the whole page is just ads.
You be watching those like reels? Not reels.
Not really.
Like...
Unless somebody sends one, I might watch it. But my reels I watch on TikTok or Instagram. Those are the places I watch the reels. But Twitter is that spot for news.
Yeah, I don't be on there.
So that's just like, for information only. Not to scare anyone, not to promote what they're doing. Just if you did not know, this is what is planned and what may happen on Friday, October 13th. Then you have Saturday, October. Oh, wait, that's Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
I just thought about that. Oh, that's wild. I didn't realize that was Friday the 13th. I didn't realize that we had a Friday the 13th in this month. But then Saturday, October 14th, there's supposed to be some type of universe stars portal thing going on.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. It's the eclipse. The solar eclipse.
I was just listening to that on the on CNN 10.
Yeah.
I wasn't really listening. I just knew that it was happening, but I didn't know when.
The solar eclipse on October 14th at 9:13 a.m.
Is that our time or?
It says Pacific.
So not our time.
No.
So Pacific is 3
hours. It's 3 hours back.
So
that would be 12:13 p.m. for us on the east side. East side.
Okay.
So with solar eclipse. Ooh. With solar eclipse, let's see. Let's look that up. What are we to know about the solar eclipse and how it will affect us? So this solar eclipse is going to be in Libra, which makes sense because we are in Libra in the sun sign. And depending on your sun sign, you may have some effects. So I'm just looking to see all right. So if you're in Aries, it says the inner workings of your relationship dynamics are brought to the forefront under the solar eclipse. But with the North Node of Destiny transiting your Mars-ruled territory, it's your turn to call the shots. I feel like Aries are like that anyway. Let's see about them Tauruses. When reflecting on your day-to-day affairs and routine habits, are they in alignment with your heart's desires? Do they bring you joy? For those of you cultivating a talent or skill, are you maximizing your potential? Whether personally or professionally, this could be top of mind with October's new moon solar eclipse, especially with Venus in Virgo. Let's see, Gemini. If you've been consciously or unconsciously holding back from sharing your gifts with your community and or for the greater good, you're being called to take a closer look at your personal commitments and get clear on whether they're worth compromising for. Cancer. People pleasing isn't productive when it's time to take the lead. However, in order to find the strength to take a stand, there's a need to go inward and be discerning with your emotions. Leo. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, so don't be afraid to go out and explore, if that means finding your individual truth in the process. Virgo. Does it feel safe to open up? What's inhibiting you from your urge to merge? The nodes of destiny are charging up your second house of all that is yours and your 8th house of intimacy and shared assets. How have these areas of life evolved for you in the past year or so? Libra. First and foremost, you'll want to think back to the beginning of this eclipse story, which started back in April. Since then, how have your relationships dynamics evolved, and what are you aspiring towards in this area of your life? Scorpio. There's magic in your daily rituals, but your life behind the scenes is no exception. This is especially significant to consider all throughout eclipse season, as the nodes of fate are lighting up your 12th house of surrender and 6th house of devotion. Fortunately, with Mars in your sign, you have the focus, stamina, and sheer passion to slay, but self-awareness is key. The best sign, Sagittarius. Your heart's desires are louder than words these days. Sagittarius, when was the last time you chose yourself and pursued something you're genuinely passionate about? October solar eclipse in Libra will ignite your 11th house of associations, community affairs, and social contributions, and all while in close proximity to Mercury and the South Node. Capricorn. When working tirelessly towards your professional goals, not to mention the reputation of your dreams, it's easy to lose sight of what genuinely matters most. This is especially relevant throughout the Aries-Libra eclipses, as they are charging up your 4th house of home and 10th house of legacy, your inner world versus your external reality. Aquarius. Are your belief systems in alignment with the information you've been gathering firsthand? Venus will be a key player throughout this eclipse story, but it will be in Virgo, your 8th house of intimate unions, bringing emphasis to themes of giving and receiving during October's new moon solar eclipse. And Pisces. If the mere thought of choosing yourself and honoring your individual values intimidates you, these eclipses are here to teach you a thing or two. In the meantime, think back to the beginning of spring and reflect on the foundation of your committed partnerships as well as your sense of security. So that's how the solar eclipse is going to affect each sign. And that's on Saturday, October 14th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to do our We're Not Really Strangers?
Oh, yeah. We were supposed to do that as a...
No, we don't do it on those ones.
What do you mean? I thought that was an icebreaker.
Yeah.
We were supposed to do it in the beginning.
Thought you meant the last episode.
No. I was saying we were supposed to do it on the beginning.
Oh.
So we are about to do our icebreaker in the middle of the conversation, and we are using the We're Not Really Strangers.
Can you give me the time to shuffle?
Pick a card, any card.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is interesting.
What is it?
So this is reflection. And the question to ask Miss Angel is, what can I help you with?
I don't know. I feel like I don't need any help in anything right now. What? Why are you looking at me like that? That's my answer. I don't feel like I need help.
Okay. Can't force you if you don't think you need help.
Like, I don't need help with anything right now.
Okay.
I feel like that was boring. That question was kind of boring. Can we do another one?
Ah!
Do you need help with anything, Mother?
I need help with you talking more.
You know I'm quiet.
My voice is dry.
Okay, here. Pick another one. Okay.
Oh gosh.
What? Is it deep?
No, I mean, no. What do you think my weakness is?
What I think on this one? Okay. Mom. I don't even know how to answer that. Like, I don't really... Nothing's coming to my brain right now. Can you do me first and I'll do you?
Your weakness, I don't like to use that word, but what you could improve on is...
You better not say what I think you better say.
Confidence.
You don't think I'm confident?
In some areas.
How?
Like answering questions and stuff.
What do you mean? Elaborate.
Like if I ask you a question and you don't really know the answer, it's like you know the answer, but you don't believe that it's a good enough answer.
That's true. It's just because I feel like I'm not good at explaining stuff. So, like, if it doesn't come out the way I want it to come out, I'm not even going to, like, I guess, push myself to say it.
Well, to me, that's a confidence issue.
Well.
And that stems back to what you think people think of you.
Yeah, I know. I already told you I struggle with it.
Mm-hmm. So that's where it's just another form of confidence. It's just another form of people pleasing, basically, or lack of confidence.
I'm thinking like if looking at you is gonna help make me answer this question.
But everybody has things that they can improve on.
I'm trying to think like with me and you, like our relationship, but I don't really feel like there's anything right now. Weakness, I feel like letting go
Of
relationships.
Letting go of relationships is a weakness.
Like when you know that they're not what's best for you, it's hard for you to like. I think now you're better at it, but I feel like that's something that you still kind of struggle with.
I wouldn't know because I'm not in one.
I know,
But yeah, I mean, I do tend to give people that I care about more chances, and this is just not romantic relationship. This is jobs. This is friendships, family ships. You know, I tend to give people a little more grace than maybe they deserve. I hate to say that, but reality is what it is. But I have learned. I've definitely gotten better with that. And that's with all kinds of relationships. Okay. That was our little icebreaker. So yesterday we had our first Bible study series.
Yep.
And we talked about Genesis 1-3. So if you haven't listened to it, check it out. It was uploaded today. No, today you guys will be listening to this on Thursday. So it was uploaded yesterday, which is Wednesday. Yeah. And it was a good experience for me. Like I feel like I learned a lot that I didn't really know, or it just was not as clear to me. There's some questions I still have, but yeah. I'm excited about like what I'm gonna learn on this journey about myself and others, and hopefully it'll help to be able to communicate with others better or understand others better.
For me, I feel like, so the episode is called Why Question God, right? And I feel like I don't tend to question God just because I have a lot of trust in him. So like what he says goes, if that makes sense.
It does make sense.
So yeah,
I'm a little of the opposite.
Yeah, she'll question.
I tend to overthink a lot, and if something does not make sense to me, I am going to question it until it makes sense to me. Now, I'm a work in progress. I know that, and I know that there are some things we will not ever have an answer to, but there's always a but with me.
Literally.
There's always a but with me. So, you know, in what we were reading yesterday, it was just like I still had questions. And I guess technically it is questioning God, but it's not questioning God because I don't trust him. It's just questioning God because I'm really curious as to why he does some of the things that he does.
So it's questioning God.
No, I didn't say it wasn't. I'm just saying it's not due to lack of trust. It's mainly due to just trying to understand. him and who he is more.
But we also kind of have to realize that we're not going to always understand, because that's not how it's supposed to be. We're not always supposed to understand what God does and the way he operates.
That's true. We're not always supposed to understand how humans operate either, but it doesn't stop me from wanting to know how they operate or trying to understand. It's like I read the book Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus in an effort to understand why men behave the way they do and why women behave the way they do. And even with reading that, I'm always going to try to understand more. Why is it that we have such a hard time coexisting, in relationships with people of the opposite sex? And maybe even people of the same sex. Who knows? But that's just, I guess, who I am. It's not really from distrust. It's really just from understanding. I think the person that I am, I've always been, someone who wanted to know, like, who wanted wisdom and knowledge and exploration and, that's just me. That's just my core existence.
Okay.
So that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Everything's okay.
What?
Nothing. Anyway, so tune in on Wednesdays for our Bible series.
When are we going to show our face?
When we do a commercial. I've been trying to get you to do a commercial.
Oh, so we're supposed to, but you did it on voice memos.
I did, but I think we should also do a commercial.
Because I'm fine with that. Because I feel like once they see who we are, it'll help us to be better at engaging with our audience.
Right. And you guys can always send us an email.
Please do.
If you have any questions that you want to be showcased on the show, or
I might do an Instagram, one of those, what's it called?
A question and answer?
Is it a poll?
Oh, poll.
Or something like that. Question and answer, yeah, I think that's what it's called. So that y'all can, give us questions and stuff and your thoughts.
And then eventually we'll get to a call-in session. We have to figure all of that stuff out because we still are relatively new. But our email address is
podcastidon'tknow@gmail.com.
So that is podcast idon'tknowbut@gmail.com.
I think it's also, is it in our description?
I'm not sure. I don't.
But you can also check our Instagram because it's on there too.
Yes, our social media. So we have Instagram, we have
TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. But I don't really count YouTube as a social media.
Right. But you can engage on those as well. You can always engage
We should start doing community posts on YouTube.
Okay. I'm not sure what that is. But okay.
I'll explain it to you.
That's cool. Sometimes we have to learn from the youngers. There's so many different new marketing strategies out there. So
I don't even know how I got into this stuff.
It's just natural for your age group to do this.
Yeah, I think it was kind of just me having a YouTube channel prior to this. That kind of because I had to, do social media marketing for myself. So.
Mm-hmm. Right. But yeah, we can eventually show ourselves.
Because this, I like just speaking, but.
You want people to see you speaking.
Because I feel like it's easier to make reels and stuff with that. So that they can know what's important, I guess, if that makes sense.
Okay. I'm down. I just gotta do my hair.
Your hair's done. I gotta do my hair.
Your hair's done too.
Not really. Why are you looking at me like that?
It's presentable. I think, I just want to be me. So if I want to wear a head wrap.
Then do what you want to do.
Then I'll just wear a head wrap. Y'all just have to call me auntie.
Okay.
And that's okay, because I'm getting to that age where I can be called that. Auntie.
Do you think I'll get married young? I don't know why that's popped in my head, but...
Do I think you'll get married young? Well, what do you consider young? Because you're 18.
Like early 20s.
I believe that you can do anything
Well,
you want to
that
do.
wasn't the question.
If that's what you want to do, I got married young.
I know you did.
I was 22.
Oh, I thought you were 23. But you had
I was
Gina,
23
too.
when I had my first son, but my first child, I should say. But 22 is relatively young. There was a time when I used to say,
22 though?
like, I don't think that people should marry young, but I've changed that thought process because I feel like the less partners you have, the less you have to compare to.
Do you think it'll last longer?
I think if you and your partner put effort in and make a true commitment, then it can last the test of time. But both of you have to do that. And you have to understand that love will come and go, or that feeling of love will come and go. But choosing to love each other is ultimately what's necessary to sustain a marriage. And that's through good and bad. A lot of people forget that part of their vows. The sickness, the health, the good,
The bad.
and the bad. It's always the health and the good I am down for. But everything else, I'm not.
But I also feel like if you don't have God at the center of your relationship, it's just not going to work.
Well, you have to define what that means to you and your partner. Having God, what does that mean to you and your partner? Like, both of you have to sit down. Like, it's so important to just talk about all of these things before you jump the broom.
Yeah.
Just like on certain shows that we watch, you know, talk about money. Talk about how you plan to raise the kids, or, you know, what's your idea. Talk about, are you going to church? What's your religion? You know, are you not going to church? Like, talk about, where do you want to live? Do you want to live near close to the family? Do you not? You know, do you want to live in your mother's backyard?
Okay,
Or
no.
up the street?
Mom, I'm not
I'm just
living in your
saying.
backyard. I'm not living in your backyard.
I'm just saying, like, there's so many things to discuss before you take that step and have an understanding on. Because we all know historically the majority of divorces are due to lack of communication and money.
Money, 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 money.
And I feel like if you can get all of that in place beforehand, you have an upper hand.
I think that's why it's also important to be friends before. Because then you know how it's easier to communicate. I feel like.
Yeah. Just make sure you're comfortable communicating with your partner, and you don't feel like if you say something,
Yep.
you know, he's going to judge you or not accept it, or, you know, and it's okay to disagree. Like, I think that's healthy to disagree. Now, should you be like arguing back and all that toxicity? No, but disagreements are fine, because who wants robots? Who wants someone that's going to always agree with them?
I think that'll get boring.
It would be very boring. Very much so. So as far as like the age group or age that you want to get married, that really is up to you. And when you find your partner and when both of you feel you guys are ready. Do I think that you should be 5 and 10 years in and he hasn't asked you to marry him? No, I do not.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that.
But time flies, and next thing you know, you're living together, and it's like 10 years done passed, and you're in your 30s.
Well, I'm waiting till marriage, so I feel like for me, it's going to have to go a little bit faster.
Oh, God. Well, you know, listen, your dad and I met and married, well, what, 5 months? 4 months.
I don't want to do it that fast, though.
I mean, 4 months, considering with 11 years of marriage, that's not too bad. But you get out what you put in, and your partner, will get out what he puts in. And hopefully both of you will get out what both of you put in. And that's going to be it. So to answer your question, Whenever you're ready. As long as I approve of him.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
He has to ask me in
What?
a specific way that I've always dreamed of.
Okay, like what?
Like Carlton
No.
from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I want him to speak to me that way.
No one's gonna talk to you like that. This is 2023, mother.
Wow.
I mean, I feel like they'll say that, but like, not the way you like, not the little nerdy way that you always say it.
That's how I envision it, and that's how it's going to be.
Okay, that's what you say.
So there. And then, of course, you might have to speak with your dad to see if that's okay.
Yeah, he definitely has to speak with my dad. But that's a big
And-
one for me. So for some reason,
Yeah. Well,
I feel like with you, it's like easier. Dad.
well, you are the baby, so, you know,
Yeah.
this person should expect a lot of questioning.
Yes. I'm sorry, but my father is a talker. He knows this. So if you're listening, I love you. And he can talk. So just be ready for the question.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in his shoes. Mm-mm. No.
Yeah.
But it's a big step.
It is a big step.
It's a big step to make. So,
Also, my brother, not both of them, but one of them,
yeah.
is very protective over me. And it's kind of annoying.
But I feel like he would be more observant. He's not going to probably, like, grill the person.
Yeah.
I just feel like he might say, hey, man, what's up? And just pay close attention without you realizing that he's paying close attention. And
He may tell me, but they'll probably never know.
yeah. But I think for everybody, as long as the person takes care of you, you know, and truly loves you, I think that's acceptable for everyone. Now for your dad, he might want him to be a minister.
Oh, we're
AKA
not doing
pastor.
ministers, but yes, a man of God. Thank you. Minister? I don't know.
Yeah.
Me? First lady?
I don't know. You heard the story of my former pastors.
I know, but
I think a lot of women,
I feel
they
like
don't want that role. There's a lot that comes with being a pastor's wife.
I know. And I don't know if I'm that girl.
Yeah. But you never know. You might end up being a preacher.
Mom, I'm not a preacher.
As shy as you are, you never know.
I'm not gonna be a preacher.
Now you never
A singer?
know.
Maybe. Preacher?
It may start off with music ministry and then it transforms into.
I just couldn't see myself on the stage. Like, I just couldn't see it.
Yeah. Well, you never know.
I can see myself on the stage singing, but I can't see myself. I mean, I'm just not good at speaking. Like, I've never been like.
People come out of their shells. Something happens in their life and they really do just come out of their shells. And you might be that person that just, who knows?
I don't think so.
We shall see. We shall see.
Imagine me in a couple years.
Well, we should be growing every day. So, you in a couple of years should be a different version than you are right now.
Yeah. Imagine this is like me getting started through the podcast. And then it's
You're
going to turn
getting
into
more
something.
comfortable with speaking.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you want to show your face. So, it's just going to take a matter of time when you're on the stage
Okay.
speaking.
No, I'm not going to be on the stage speaking.
It's all the same.
I might be on the stage singing.
Because you never know where the podcast takes us.
I
And we may
know.
have to do, like, speaking events or engagements.
You're going to be the speaker.
You may be the speaker.
You may be the speaker. You
Because
never know.
I'm getting to the point where I just want to be quiet. So I'm waiting for you to just really come out of your shell and speak like how you are on your YouTube channels.
It's easier to speak on my YouTube channel because it's just like, it's me. It's just me.
It's just you now.
It's me and you.
But it's still you.
But it's you as well.
There's no difference. You'll come out of your shell.
It's been 17 years and I haven't come on my show.
Well, you're 18, so.
Or 18 years. That's what I meant to say. I forgot. I be forgetting that I'm
Mm-hmm.
an adult now. That's weird to say. Ew. But
That's a good thing. I
I
always
know.
look at it as God has allowed you to still be here because there's some people who didn't see 18.
I know.
So we're grateful.
I know. I am. It's still kind of weird though.
Well, we have really, really enjoyed our discussion tonight, and we will be back next Thursday for the I Don't Know But podcast.
Actually, we'll be back next Wednesday.
Well, we'll be back next Wednesday for the Bible series, but we'll be back next Thursday for our regular series. So we don't want to confuse the audience, but you can listen to both.
Please listen to both. Jeez.
Jeez. But thank you guys for listening. We love you and we appreciate you. Bye-bye.
Bye! Why am I always yelling?